All right, final repair for the day. I did not have a chance to do any videos today, so we're gonna be working on this expedited repair. Customer is paying more, so we can do it for him as soon as possible. And this appears to be a Benz key fob. Let's read what the customer wrote. 2 key fobs have stopped working. 2 key fobs, you only have 1. We only have 1 key fob, not 2. After removal of board, discovered coil appears to have come off solder. The second one, the IR have broken as well as the coil. And I think that's the one that we have. Broken coil and broken IR. They will unlock the car perfectly, but will not turn the car over. So the fob was dropped and stopped working moments later. All right. We only have 1 fob, not 2. Okay, just 1. Maybe the customer wanted to send 2 key fobs, but then ended up just mailing 1. So we're gonna be working on the fob that the customer mailed over. That's the motherboard, and I do see that we have a missing IR component from the front, and we also have a missing coil or a broken coil. Let's take a look. Let me put the board in the board holder. That's the customer's board, and this is a donor board. We're gonna remove the coil from the donor board and put it on the customer's board, and we're gonna do the same with the IR component. We're gonna take it off the donor board and we're gonna put it over here, and then we're gonna test to make sure the fob is working. And yes, the coil is broken right there, and the IR component is also broken. We had an extremely busy day today. I think we did at least 25 devices today, at least. Working non-stop. Some devices were a fix, some devices were a no fix. We're gonna start by removing the leftover piece of the coil. Just a tiny bit of flux here and a tiny bit there. The customer attempted to solder, we can tell, by this and this, but had no success. Let's grab the coil from this fob here, and we're gonna solder it on the customer's fob. And let's go to the customer's fob. And we're gonna solder it right over here, but we have to flip it. And just like that. Very nice. Meter in continuity mode, and we're gonna measure from here to here, here to here. The coil is soldered on perfectly. Solid from the top, and let's make it solid from the bottom. We do not need to apply hot air, we can just do it with our soldering iron. Just press down, and we go like this. Right, now it's solid from the bottom. And now we're gonna desolder the IR component. And this one is very heat sensitive, so We have to be careful. And as you can see, I'm barely putting any pressure on that component, because once I tried to grab it with my hot tweezers from the left and right, and it squeezed right in. The plastic is very fragile on this component. All right, and the job is done. Now, I do not know if the customer's batteries are good or not, but we can test. We should get around 6 volts for 2 batteries, 6.18, that's perfect. And we have our fob tester here. We're gonna put the motherboard back inside the shell. And let's go ahead and test. Now, when we press any one of the buttons, the fob tester should output 314, 315 to indicate that the button is functioning. 314.9, the trunk button. 314.9, the lock button. And panic, 314.9. Now we're gonna test the infrared from the front, and we're gonna point the fob like this. And we should get an output of IR if the infrared is working. Button number 1, IR. Button number 2, very good. Button number 3, and finally the panic button. Awesome. The fob is fully functional. We're gonna invoice and mail it back to the customer. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.